Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you gave your mothers a wonderful, happy Mother's Day. It was a beautiful day, and I hope they enjoyed it. All right, let's go back to assignment 18. I made a mistake. Surprise, but yes, I did. So let's go ahead and look at this. It says on this particular question, this is on 18B. It says Sherry played 4 computer games in 48 minutes. We know this is about, so we can say about 50. She scored 825 per game. How many points did she score per minute? I need the total points and the total minutes. So I put the total for just one. So when I finish this, 800 divided by 50, I got 16. However, but because there's 4, I need to go ahead and multiply this by 4. So my final answer here, I get approximately 64. Again, it is about. So it looks like the closest answer is right here at 60. Another way, let me go back again, is I can multiply this by 4 games. So 800 times 4 is 3,200. 25 times 4 is 100, so 32. And 100 more is, and I'll put it down here since we have room, is 3,300. Now they say estimate, so we divide, it's the total points divided by the total minutes. Now, I believe what they did is they rounded this because some of you might not know quickly, and in estimating, you want to do this quickly. So I believe what the text did, the textbook, is they probably made this 300 divided by 5, and that goes in 6 times with an extra 0. So it's 60 points per minute. All right, and then that matches up exactly what they had done over here. So either one, I think somebody got 66. That's okay. They did the actual 3,300. 64 is okay. 60 is okay. 60 is okay. It is about, so we can accept different answers. All right, let's move on. I hope today is going to be sort of short. Let's go over to D15. That is going to be the first one that we are going to complete, which is this one right here with the little whatever that is. Is that a, it's not a unicorn, so I don't know. So the top part is you are going to measure, or you're going to look at each of these spaces and you're going to say what measure it is. So I'll pick any letter. I'll pick the letter. This is here is too easy, so I'm not going to do many. So I'm going to go to the letter C. Identify each measurement that is marked with a letter. Write each letter in the box that contains the correct corresponding measurement. So we will do that. Don't just cross it off. Actually put the letter. So I'm going to take this C. So let's see what the C is. It is 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch. And then remember from 4 to 5, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eighths. So this is in eighths. So it's going to be 4 and 1/8, 2, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8. So that looks like it is 4 and 6/8, which if you reduce that down, it comes to 4 and 3/8. And if you can squeeze it up here, great. I'm not going to say that you have to do that. So, oh, that's not 3/8. It's 3/4. Almost made another mistake. All right, so that is this one right here, and then you're going to put the letter C. And let's maybe do one more. Let's do this letter P. So I know that's at least 5 inches, and that's 1/8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/8. 5 and 7/8. And do we see that one? And it is right here, and that is the letter P. I can actually, maybe I'll just check that off, that we did that one and that one. So that is the letter P. All right. Then on the bottom, we are going to have to make an adjustment to your ruler, because when I put this on the packet, the whole ruler didn't fit on the Xerox copy. So I had to overlap this. So if you look at this, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 7. So from here, go ahead and just change that to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I don't think you have anything that goes up to 11, but if you want to put that, you can. So again, you're going to be then on this second section, it says, for each exercise, measure the line segment to the nearest eighth inch. Write the letter of the exercise in the box containing the measurement. So on this one, I do want you to put the actual measurement here, and then you can put the letter down here. And let's see, let's go ahead and maybe look at this one here. A to F. So again, you're going to start here, A, and then I'm going to measure it to the F. So just a reminder, you do not line up the edge. You line up the A with the 0. So I'm going to put that 0 right here. I'm going to keep that straight. We're going to do this the best we can. And I'm going to the F. So it's 3, 4, 5 inches, 6 inches, and it's right here. So it looks like one section over. So it looks like 6 1/8. And is there a 6 1/8 down here? Yes, it is. So what? Oh, I guess they want to put the letter of the exercise. Oh, okay. Sorry. Let's go back here. So we measured A to F. That is this one. We got 6 1/8. And that letter is I. So where the 6 1/8 is, you're going to put the letter I. Let's look at another one. Let's look at the one right below it, the F, which is B to H. So this time I'm going to start at the B, and I'm going to go to the H. So again, we started at the 0, not at the edge. So start the B, right at that 0, and what are we measuring to? B to H. I don't know how accurate this is. We shall try. All right, oops, I have it a little bit off. Do you see it? It moved it over a little bit, so I have to scoot it over. So we're going to do the best we can. All right, so it's 5, 6, 7, and then it's right here. So we've got to now look at the eighths. 1/8, 2/8, it looks like 3/8. So 7 3/8. So that is going to go right here. 7 3/8. That is the letter F. So we're going to put the letter F where it has 7 3/8. Can you handle that? Oh, H to I is tiny. H to I, we'll finish up that row. So H to I, put the 0 on the H, and then it's 1, 2, looks like 3/8. Not even a full inch. Oops, I just lost my ruler. It just flew somewhere. Right. Oh, oh! Who is this? This is Nanook. What is he? Nanook the something. I'll find out later and I will let you know. But this is Nanook. Some sort of dog or musk. I shall find. Let me see if I have it here on the internet. He is so cute though. Let me see. Nanook, Nanook, Nanook. I don't have it, so I have to go on. But this is Nanook. And you can remember that name. Alrighty, so let's go back. And let's go ahead and put this one. This was 3/8, H-I, and that is the letter P. So 3/8, where's 3/8? Right here. So that gets the letter P. I think you can handle that. All right, so these are pretty easy. Then we're going to go to the metric system. I think you had some of these last year. I love the metric system. So let's go ahead and look at this example right here. So a centimeter is about the size of your pinky thumbnail. So from 1 to 2, that's a centimeter. From 2 to 3, that's a centimeter, and so on. And then in between, the little tiny ones are millimeters. So we've got the same thing on our ruler. Again, these, oh, is it almost sized the same? It's almost sized the same, but not quite. So again, from 1 to 2, it is a centimeter. 2 to 3, it's a centimeter. And in between, there's always 10 millimeters in between. So the little tiny one are millimeters. If I have 1 centimeter, that's 10 millimeters. If I have 2 centimeters, did I say millimeter? If I have 1 centimeter, it is 10 millimeters. If I have 2 centimeters, it's 20 millimeters. And so on. If I have 8 centimeters, I multiply by 10. 8 times 10 is 80 millimeters, and so on. And on this one is going to be a little rough because, again, I had to scrunch this ruler down to make it fit on the paper. So this is really only goes up to 13. And then it just will not measure beyond that. And I'll show you a way that we can still use it. So you do not, let me see, what two units can be used to measure the thickness of a stack of dimes? Well, you can use millimeters. A stack of dimes would be probably, if I turn this one around, might be from 1 to 2. That might be 10 dimes. So I can either use millimeters, which would be about 20, or it would be about, in fact, I'm going to put 20 millimeters, or it would be about 2 centimeters. Why is the millimeter not appropriate unit to measure the distance across a town? Well, this unit is very, very tiny. So if I want to measure a distance across a town, I'd have to say 765 billion trillion millimeters. So we need to find another unit, and it is usually meters. We say it's so many meters, or if it's very far, we use kilometers. Every 1,000 meters is a kilometer. So in fact, here's your little metric equivalent chart. 1 centimeter has those 10 little millimeters that we're going to be working with today. 1 meter, which is like a yardstick, has about 100 of those centimeters. 1 meter, then if I multiply that by 10, it would have 1,000 millimeters. And then 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer. Again, and probably using distance, we would probably use kilometers. Just like miles, it's 10 miles. To the Highway 59, we would probably say kilometers. Which unit would be the most appropriate to measure the length of a kitchen? What do you think? Do you think little tiny centimeters like this? Like the 1, 2, 3? Do you think millimeters? Do you think a meter or a yardstick or kilometer? Well, if you said meters, you are correct. Okay. Then let's look at this little example up here. They've got this pencil and they are measuring it. So they're starting at the 0. It's going all the way across. I don't know if I can zoom that in a little bit, but I'm going to look first at the millimeter. So I'm looking at the centimeter first, but I'm going to convert it to millimeters. So 1, 2 centimeters, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now it doesn't quite go up to 12. So there's 10 little millimeters. So that is 11 times 10 is 110 millimeters. And then I'm at the 11, and then I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 8 more. So it looks like it is 118 millimeters. Well, the nice thing about millimeters, all of these are based on tens. Which decimal system is based on 10? So if I wanted to find out how many centimeters, all I need to do, don't mess up this right here, is I just need to divide it by 10, which is just going back 1. So its actual length is also 11.8 centimeters. All right. Then they're saying, how do you measure the length using metric units? To the nearest centimeter. So look at this pencil. Is this pencil closer to 11 centimeters or is it closer to 12? Well, if you said it's closer to 12, you are right because it's beyond the half. So to the nearest centimeter, it's 12. To the nearest millimeter, we measured the exact. And the exact centimeter, we just need to move it back 1 place. I don't know how much of that you're doing today, so don't worry about that too much. But let's go ahead and look. write millimeter, centimeter, meter, or kilometer as the most appropriate unit. The thickness of your fingernail, well, in fact, that looks like it would be a millimeter, be about 1 millimeter. But I'm going to say, I could also say that's about 10 centimeters. So let's go ahead and say about 10 millimeters or 1 centimeter. The length of a picnic table, it could be a combination. It might be like yardsticks, which the equivalent would be a meter. And the length of a road, again, we just talked about that. It's like miles. So that would be kilometer. And that's the abbreviation. Let's measure some of these lines at the bottom. And again, until it gets real big, you can work with the centimeter. So flip it over. These are your centimeters. It has the cm on it. And again, I'm going to start it at the 0. And it says measure it to the nearest centimeter and to the nearest millimeter. So let's actually do, I think I did the actual. Well, we'll see. I did the actual on this one. This was 1, 2, 3. So I'm at 3. And so that's 3 times 10 is 30 millimeters. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like it is 35 millimeters. Well, on this one, because that falls like exactly halfway in between, I didn't want to round it up to 4 nor round it down to 3. If it was something like this, if it was a lot closer, I'd say, okay, it's near the 3 centimeters. But on this one, I just went ahead and I did what I did above, and I went back 1 and I moved it back like this. So it's closest to 3.5 centimeters, which is that 3.5. So you can cross that one off. I really should have put that in decimal, but it's okay. Just cross that one off. The same thing on, let's look at this one here. Oh, that's another one that's half. Okay, let's look at this one. So this one, so the nearest millimeter, so it goes starting at the 0, 1 centimeter, which 1 times 10 is 10 millimeters, and then I'm going to count over 10, 11, 12, it looks like 13, find the closest one, and it looks like not, oh, I guess that is it, 13 millimeters. I'm gonna take it. If it's anything else, I'll let you know. But try to just find the close one. So 13 millimeters. Now it says on this one, this is a little bit different than the one I just did. This one landed exactly in between. But this one, look at it carefully, is this one closer to 1 centimeter or 2 centimeters? If you said 1, you are correct because it's less than half. But I'm actually going to put all 3. I don't have all 3 answers, but I just want to show you the actual centimeter would be if I moved it over once, 1.3. That answer is not on there. And then at the nearest one, we said actually it was closest to the 1 centimeter. So I'm going to put it's approximately 1 centimeter. And that answer is over to the side. In fact, let me go ahead and scoot this over so you can jot these mixed up answers down and go ahead and copy those. All right, so copy those, and then you're going to measure these. Try to measure to the actual millimeter, and then round to the nearest centimeter, except if it comes to a half. There's another one in here that does come to 0.5, so you wouldn't want to round that up. Let's go to this page. All right, these you're going to, they already give you a ruler, so you're going to use this. You're going to write each of them in millimeters and in centimeters, each and every one of them. So let's take the letter B. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 10 is 60. And then count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one is 65 millimeters. And then it's easy. Get the millimeters first. And then to get the centimeters, I just go back one. I don't want to mess up that. I go back one decimal place. And that I should put a cm. And it's 6.5 centimeters. All right, so make sure you put the C. I can't erase it because I did it in pen. All right, so again, it's 6.12345. That is your centimeters. So you're going to do that one. This one we're going to do real fast. Is Darcy is estimating how much fabric she will need to make a new jacket. Is estimating reasonable in this situation? We're not going to elaborate a lot on that. Yes, of course you can estimate. I need about 3 meters of fabric. I might only need 2.78, but I can estimate. Is it reasonable to estimate? Yes. Okay. Let's go back up here just a second. So it's talking to you about millimeter. A millimeter is about the edge of a dime. So it says it's about the thickness of a dime. Actually, I think that's over exaggerating a little bit. Then 1 centimeter, I said, is about your pinky nail. They're saying it's about the width of a paper clip. That's okay. A meter, it says it's about the width of a door. And I'm going to kind of say it's like just about a yardstick. And a kilometer, this is 4 city blocks, 1 block, 2 block with all these buildings. It doesn't look like that, but that's what it is. Is a kilometer is about, I'm going to say about a mile. So you are going to finish this page, get down those mixed up answers. These are simple. You're going to do all the A, B, C, D using these answers. Is something 40 millimeters, 40 dime thicknesses? Is it 18 centimeters? 18 would be 18 of my fingernails. 200 kilometers, about 200 miles, or 2 meters, 2 yardsticks. So you're going to do those and do the number 18. They're simple. Easy peasy. Now, let's go over, and now on cryptic quiz, let me go back and label this. I did not do that. So this one here is 19. We're on 19, 19A. This is 19B. This is page 299. It is, where can I put this? Where can I put 19C? 19C. Okay, I just put it right there. This is page 299. And then I'll call this one 19D. And this last one, 19E. All right. And we'll figure out which ones we're going to do in a little bit. But let's go ahead and look at this one. So you are going to be doing some measuring now with the centimeters and the millimeters. What do they want it in? Okay, so they're telling you what they wanted it. They're saying either put it in centimeters or millimeters. Again, you can put everything in millimeters, but then if they want it centimeters, move your decimal back one. So here's one where it didn't work. They wanted you to measure from A to H. Well, the problem I said is when you go past right here, there's the 12, label this next section 13, and then you see this doesn't even make a full centimeter. So most of this is useless. So how could I get all the way to the H? So what I did, I went as far as I could. I lined up the 0 with the A. That is not lined up. So I'm going to line it up. And I went just about as far as I could, and not to an even number. I'm going to take it to the 12. Okay. And that then, 12 times 10 millimeters in every centimeter, that is 120. So then I went from there. Okay, so that's 120. So then I went from that little notch that I made, and I went all the way over to here. So that's 0 to 10. 10 times 10 is 100 more. And then from that 10, it looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So altogether it is 228. And that is how I got this, 228. So sometimes on this particular worksheet, you might have to break it up and draw a little notch. Again, I'll just review that real fast. It was too long. Again, the ruler is messed up right here, so you can't go past the 13. But I would, for a good measure, I would not go past the 12. So I went 0 to 12, put a little notch. 12 times 10 is the 120. Then again, I lined it up again, 0, and I went all the way over here, 10 centimeters. 10 times 10 is 100 millimeters, plus 8 more millimeters. So there's a couple here that you will have to do that with. Let us do A to E and see how that works, A to E. Yeah, A to E is going to be the same thing, because E is right here and it's in that messed up spot. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to use the same one. I'm going to go A to right here, an even number, which is 12. So do they want it in millimeters? Oh, they want it in both. So 12 times 10 is 120 millimeters so far. And then I'm going to start over, and we're doing the A to the E. So I'm going to go 0, and that looks like one more, which would be 10, and then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It looks like about 16 more. So I'm getting from A to E, it looks like 136 millimeters. Please look up, make sure, like if there was a 135, I would say, oh, okay, this is 135. But it happens to be there is a 136. So that looks like it is the correct answer. Then to get the centimeters, again, always get your millimeters first if it's the same letter, because then I could just go backwards one place. So that would be 13.6. And so for the 136, I'm going to put the letter H everywhere I see that. For the 13.6, it is the letter S. Wherever I see that. If there's another one, there is another one right here. Okay. What did the duck say to the store clerk when buying chapstick? Oh my goodness, that is going to be a good one. All right, so you're going to be measuring those. Again, there's a couple of these where you might have to do it in two parts. Should I do one more of those? Oh, this video is taking me too long, so I'm not. I'm going to have you do that. Go back on the video and pause and see how you use that ruler by going so far and then starting at 0 again and measuring the rest of your distance. Now in this one, this is going to be really easy. In this exercise, circle the letter of the more reasonable measure. Write that letter in the box containing the number of the exercise. So this goes to 16, and there are 16 little boxes that you will fill out. So again, whatever answer you get for number 16, you'll put right here. So this is all you do. Let's start at 16 as a matter of fact. The distance, well, let's go back here. Reminder that a millimeter is the thickness of a dime. A centimeter is the width of your smallest fingernail. A meter is like a yardstick or a baseball bat. A kilometer is, I believe, a little less than a mile, or they're saying a length of 10 football fields. I wouldn't know what that is, so I usually say a mile. So the distance from New York to Los Angeles. Do you think it would be 450 yardsticks or 4,500 miles, which is like kilometers? Well, logically, we should have said the letter T. And you are then going to put that T right here. And let's look at this one here, the number 5. The diameter of a quarter. Well, how big is a quarter? Let me see if I can, okay. This is about a quarter. In fact, I'm going to take my little ruler. Do you think it's 24 centimeters? 24 centimeters or 24 millimeters? Well, look at that. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe. So this is 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters. Do you think it could be 24 centimeters, which goes all the way across? No. In fact, that was pretty good drawing, Miss O's. That's like almost exact. So that's going to be 1 centimeter, which is 10 millimeters, 2 centimeters, which is 20 centimeters, and 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about 24 millimeters. Good job. All right, so you're going to circle that one, and that 5, go ahead and fill out the puzzle. That gets the letter O. All right, boys and girls. So you're going to do all the way through 19E. All the way through this one. You will stop. You will stop when you get to perimeter. We will do that next time. So again, this is where you are stopping. And I think that is it for the day. This looks like many pages, but it's going to be simple as pie. If you have any questions, let me know. I will put the assignment, exactly which ones need to be submitted, on RenWeb. So make sure that you look at that when you are copying the video link. You have a great day.